the whiteboard. So this is one of the options of share screen that we have when we're working on Zoom. And it's actually one of the reasons why I love to work on Zoom, is that I get this chance to be able to play and draw and create. So one of the activities that I love to do is the squiggle game, which some of you may know. And so this activity is done with a partner or client, and each person makes a big squiggle on his or her paper and exchanges it with a partner. And so what I do with the whiteboard is I actually get my client to make a scribble here, and I make one over here. So we both do the scribble at the same time, and then we just work on each other's. Then each person draws what he or she sees in the image. Each person should talk about what was drawn and explain the picture and give it a title or a story. So this is recommended for all populations, groups, or individuals, and it's a good activity to use in starting to build a therapeutic relationship. Oops. So the intention is to relax and encourage creativity and spontaneous responses, to increase comfort levels with the art making process. This is especially good if you're working with someone for the first time online and they want to try working digitally. It can really help to kind of just play around. It can also enable unconscious materials and themes to emerge, and it can reduce anxiety about how content emerges due to the squiggle being someone else's. So materials are the whiteboard. The client and therapist use a finger or a pen. Some people like to use iPads if it's a possibility with their clients so that they can actually draw. And you'll also need to pick a color. So the metaphor is to make a metaphoric story out of something as simple as a scribble. So the exploration that you can have after it's been created. So the spontaneous gesture allows the true self to emerge. It is a symbolic way to recreate the importance of the infant's spontaneous gesture being responded to by the mother. So especially if this was a missed piece in childhood, they didn't get that mother's gleam, they didn't get that assurance, it can be really, really helpful for clients to receive this. They will also develop coping strategies for dealing with ambiguity of not knowing what it looks like or what it's going to be. There's the possible emergence of a story or narrative, associations with the final image, communication skills, observing, drawing, listening, responding, implies the uniqueness of the individual's perceptions, and it provides us as therapists to model acceptance and respect when we're doing it. So therapeutic precautions. If done individually with a therapist, be aware of the content of your drawings because you are going to be creating on the scribble as well. So you really want to be aware of what imagery is coming up for you, where it's located in your life, and how it will impact the client. That also may cause frustration due to the lack of skills because you're using your finger to draw. So alternatives, this game is similar to an individual activity in which the person makes a scribble and then expands the line into a full image. And that comes from Florence Kane. So other whiteboard art directives are Exquisite Corpse. So this is the game where you get to draw a head and then you get to draw the body and you get to draw the legs and you're supposed to fold the paper over. You can use this by putting your hand on the screen or a piece of paper or a post-it if you want to, or finding more creative ways to do this as well. You might do scribble tag. I have found that there are limitations in doing it in the whiteboard because with the whiteboard, you have to lift your finger or your pen up before it actually shows the mark. And if you're continuously just going around chasing the other person, it's not going to work. It will be delayed. And you also might choose to work with collaborative art. So actually creating art together and yeah, just seeing what emerges. And I'd love to hear if anybody else has had any other things that they've done with a whiteboard as well. And you will open up, you will press share screen, and then it will come up with one of the options as whiteboard. So I'm just going to bring that up now so that you can all see it. So this is what the whiteboard looks like. And up here, I don't know if you can you see that there are tools, or is it not showing that right now? Okay, let me stop share and share my whole screen, and then you'll be able to see it, hopefully. Sometimes it's really strange what Zoom allows you to see and what it doesn't. So nope, that's not it either. Okay, let's try this again. Oh no, I don't think you're going to be able to see the tools, but you'll have to trust me that there's a toolbar that comes up that I went over in the introduction video that tells you with all the different pieces of how to create and have different, I'll just give you a little demo right now and we'll see if I can, so I can change the colors. Colors looks under format, which you'll be able to see when you go into it. I can do different shapes. I can also write text. I can do different shapes as well. I can have them filled with color. I can make them smaller. I can make them bigger. I can erase things. But the eraser isn't like the one we just used. If you click on it once, it will erase the whole shape. You can also have stamps as well. So I encourage you now to try it out and become familiar with it.
I just wanted to share a resource that I used with children and young people. It's actually an online centre and also an online doll's house. And there is a way of automating the two people on screen to be able to use them. I'm just going to share them on the chat because it's really, really cool. And
great.
Probably the centre can be used with, you know, adults as well. It looks a little bit like clipboards, you know, the Microsoft Word clipboard. So really basic images.
Okay, great.
But the selection is really good. So that's the online centre.
Exciting. Oh, wow.
And then check out the doll's house. It's really, really cool.
I don't see it, Denise. Was it just looking at the links you sent?
The doll's house. Yeah, now it's come.
It's onlinecentre.com and onlinedollhouses.com. It's on the chat.
Oh,
okay. Wow. Sorry, I thought you were showing it by screen.
Oh, I mean, I can share my screen, but I don't think it's necessary.
I found it. Thanks.
Great. Exciting. We'll just share my screen really, really quickly and just give you a few tips for viewing the art before we disappear. So artwork can be shared between prior and during sessions. Clients can send images to the therapist prior to the session, and the therapist can take responsibility for screen sharing. This allows the client to focus on their process rather than get distracted or stressed by technology. Clients can also share their art through screen sharing and or holding up the artwork. And there's another method that I also like to do, which is when I take a screenshot. So for those of you using Macs, I press Shift, Command, and 4, and I get a little cross that looks like this, and I drag it across the image, like from like this corner to there, and it will take an image for me. If you are using a PC, you need to click Print Screen and then paste it into a Word document. So for me, and I will go and give a demonstration next week when we move more into group formats so that you'll all start to get comfortable. But I just wanted to share this is a really effective way that I have found of capturing an image within a session that allows people to view it. So just planting seeds for the future. Thank you to all of you for being here, for being on this journey. As I said, next week we will be doing virtual open studio. I really recommend that you take some time, breathe, move your body, and get away from the screens. As I said, like when we go on the screens, we really zoom in. So I really encourage you to do something that can like expand your vision right now, even if it's just going like this and being able to see your hands, because it helps your eyes come back and you get to reset.